guys. Hopefully by now you have gotten a good start into reading Eagle of the Ninth. I asked you last week to try to read chapters 1 through 4, and hopefully you have gotten that done. I'm going to actually ask you to do some more reading now this week. I'd like you to be through chapter 9 by Friday. So what I want to do really quickly is just ask you a question. What do you think the big deal is about a metal eagle that our hero Marcus's father carried into battle and lost? Why is that such a big deal? Well, that's a question that I kind of want you to think about as you're reading through the Eagle of the Ninth. And if you haven't gotten very far, just a little spoiler maybe, Marcus and his slave will be going into northern England, I believe it was called Britain at the time, to try to find this eagle that was lost by his father. And so I just want you to think about, why is that so important to him? But before we do that, I just want to take a quick look at a little bit about the author. We're done with C.S. Lewis for a while. We're going to come back to him later. But for now, we're going to read a book by Rosemary Sutcliff. And here's just a little bit of information about her. I'm trying out some special effects with my videos, but I'm still using my old-fashioned whiteboard. So I just wrote a few things about her. She was born in 1920 in England. Her father was in the Navy, and as a result, she moved around a lot as a child. She also contracted what was called Still's disease, which is a form of juvenile arthritis. And as a result, she had many surgeries, spent a lot of time in the hospital, and actually learned to love reading. And she loved it when her mother read to her. Her mother did a lot of reading to her. And some of her favorite writers were Beatrix Potter, Charles Dickens, and A.A. Milne. She especially loved historical fiction. And that is actually the classification or the genre of the book that you're reading right now. The Eagle of the Ninth is a historical fiction book. Well, anyway, when she was 14, she decided to go to art school and learn to paint, and actually made a living as a painter until she was in her 20s. There she began to decide that she wanted to try her hand at writing. Well, by age 29, she was writing books. Her first book was published when she was 30, and she actually did a lot of research, a lot of historical research went into her books, and that makes her, actually her story is very historically accurate. So as we read through it, we're going to learn a little bit about the history of the Roman Empire, their presence in Britain, and why they went after the eagle. So I hope you enjoy it. Be sure you're reading. Don't forget that on Wednesday, I'll be collecting your stories. What happened to Susan that you were assigned last week. And again, you can write that in your journal as long as your cursive is nice, and send me a text. Or you can attach to an email and send it to me that way if you decided you wanted to type it. But I'll be looking for those on Wednesday. In the meantime, keep reading, and we'll talk to you later.